Hello, CYO parents, coaches, and athletic directors. My name is Dobie Moser. I'm the director of CYO here in the Diocese of Cleveland. And I wanted to reach out to you directly to give you an update related to COVID and what is going on as we head into our CYO fall season. We continue to consult with Dr. Robert Salata. You received an email that tells you more about his extensive credentials. We are fortunate to have him, and he has guided us every step of the way. So earlier this summer, here in Ohio, statewide, we had gotten it down to 50 or so infections a day. And yet, as of yesterday, there were 1,700 new cases of COVID in the state of Ohio. And this increase is directly related to the Delta variant that we've all heard about. So the key factor to COVID is transmissibility, how easily a virus spreads. And with the Delta variant, Dr. Salata informed us that it spreads at a 60% higher rate than earlier versions of COVID. So that is why the infection numbers are going up, not just here in Ohio, but everywhere. And the greatest risk for serious illness in COVID are for those persons that are unvaccinated. So 99% of the people in the University Hospital healthcare system that are hospitalized related to COVID were all unvaccinated persons. So we're dealing with change, you're dealing with change, yet it's important to remember the science of COVID-19 have not changed. And what I mean by that is the virus has changed, it has mutated and made new changes, and it will continue to do so because that's what viruses do. Yet the science has consistently stated that the best defenses to stop COVID-19 are number one, get vaccinated. Secondly, washing hands as often as possible and also wearing a mask when indoors. So we know those things, they have not changed, and we have to continue to be mindful of them. So as we head into our fall sports, what does this mean? First, anybody who has any symptoms related to COVID, whether it's an athlete, coach, parent, fan, we're asking please stay home for your benefit and the benefit of others. Secondly, any unvaccinated persons, we're asking you whether that CYO event is outside or inside. We have both. We are asking you to wear a mask if you are unvaccinated. It will protect you. It will also protect others. And again, keep in mind, we are dealing with a much more transmissible virus at this point. Also, I just want you to know, we are not at this time reinforcing and going back to limiting the number of fans at CYO venues at games indoors or outdoors. Now, our biggest sport here in the fall is volleyball, so I want to speak to that directly for a moment. So coaches, it pains me to say this, but it is nevertheless true. As coaches, you have to wear your mask into practices, at practices, on the way out of practices, and at all games the same way. We did that last year. We have to follow that again this year. We're asking anybody coming in to watch a practice or a game, regardless of your status of vaccination, must wear a mask over your nose and mouth, both going in, during the game, and on the way out. And again, we consulted with Dr. Salata. He gave us these very specific guidelines, trying to look out for what is best and safest for as many people as possible. We are saying part of these operational guidelines, we are continuing to monitor this daily. We are hoping there are not going to be more severe steps needing to be taken, but I can't with integrity say that I can guarantee that's not the case. So that's why we want to take every step we can now to do what we can. So you've heard this before, but it's worth restating. COVID-19 pandemic continues to be a battle of human psychology. We all want that quick fix, a technical solution that will allow us to get on with our lives back to some semblance of normalcy now. And yet we know pandemics and viruses do not work that way. And it has reminded us again with this new strain. So this pandemic requires that we change our thinking and our behavior, how we think and what we do. That is hard individually. If you would have told me a month ago that we'd be reinstating some of these guidelines, I would have not believed you. But we have to continue to look at the evidence in front of us. So we understand it's hard to do change individually, it is together, and we're all dealing with pandemic fatigue. It is very real, and we're all tired of just wanting this thing to end as soon as it can. And it's also difficult because we've had 18 plus months of disappointments, losses, changes in our lives that we never would have chosen. Yet this is where we are. So at CYO, we're going to continue to monitor from our county boards of health, our state guidelines, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. We're going to monitor OHSAA. We're paying attention to these things all the time to try to have a safe environment as possible. We are going to continue to do that as we head into the winter season, which really begins late October. So keep that in mind. It's another reason we want to do everything we can, and we all hope and pray that we're in a very different place by the end of October. I can tell you that at CYO, we're going to continue to focus on our mission and doing that which we do best, giving young people a fun, holy, and healthy sports experience and memories that will last for a lifetime. Please join us in praying for all the children and families at CYO. Thank you for you doing your role individually and together to make this as safe as we can as we pursue our mission. CYO inspires young people to know God, love God, and serve God through athletics. Peace be with you.